Hi, this is Cole at the Monday Lab. Gonna work on my individual showcase here, if I can get it to, there we go. So, I have part of the puzzle solved already, but just to show you what I'm talking about when I go over it in the code. I have these orbs, I place them on pedestals. The beam can change colors when the orbs collide with the beam. The orbs change colors, and then once I turn all these to a rainbow color, that barrier is going to open up. Cool. So what I'm doing here, first I'll go over the flashlight's functionality. The flashlight, when I'm pressing the E key, is interpolating the cone angle of the flashlight, then setting the visibility of that beam once it's done, or before it starts, depending on which way it's flipping, to true or false. Then the collision is being set to true or to no collision, so that the beam only interacts when it is visible. There's also a variable so that it waits until the cycle goes through, which just prevents some bugs. Additionally, the beam, when the Q is pressed, is how I'm cycling through the color of the beam material, and then in here is just a ton of branches to get the right material when the right color index is chosen. Next, the orb. It has this, it just knows whether it should be following the player or if it's already placed on a pedestal. The player also knows when it is or isn't, he or she is or isn't holding the orb, or if the orb's already placed on the pedestal, so it can't pick up a placed orb. Um, and then additionally, once the orb is on the pedestal, a collision with the beam will change the orb's color, which is another massive branch of what color is the orb wearing. When it's colliding with the first person character, what color beam does the character have, and so on. The pedestal knows if it is holding the orb. After collision with the orb, it will kind of suck it in, and that's based on the place on the pedestal boolean that the orb has. Also, the pedestal knows if it already has an orb, that way two orbs can't go on the same pedestal. I think that was a similar function for why the player had to know if it's holding an orb, so it can't be holding two orbs. It also knows the correct color for the orb, or via the puzzle, what the correct color is in the puzzle, and then if the target is wearing that color, which would be the orb that it is holding, which is nice because you don't know if the player is always going to put the same orb on the same pedestal, so that public variable that the pedestal has, I'll make sure that this pedestal is always green or orange or whatever it is, I can't remember which one. Additionally, there's that public boolean is correct color, which is what it's checking here. And then when the color is correct, the barrier has a reference to each of these pedestals. And when all of these pedestals have the correct color, it knows to destroy the light barrier. So that is the entirety of the code I created for this barrier's functionality, and that will be my extra credit submission. So thank you.